Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. Have you ever heard of prototyping a lifestyle? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. So right now, are you living the life that you absolutely love? You're living in the home that you want, the job you love, the freedom to do what you want when you want. And if not, have you ever asked yourself, why not? So why can't you design the life that you really want, at least the parts of it that aren't working or that are static or where you're not excited or challenged or fulfilled? Does it make sense that we go on living the way that we are, even though we may not have all of the things that we really want and possibly could have? So sometimes we get stuck, in jobs that we don't like, and sometimes we have to stay there for economic reasons. But if you continue on that same path, what kind of quality of life will you have? What steps can you take to change that up? So sometimes we get stuck in homes, the big home that we raised our family in, that maybe our parents had, and we grew up in that home, and we get stuck there. But does it serve us any longer? And sometimes we get stuck in just day-to-day living. So it's that rut where you're not excited. You want to just stay in bed all day. But it's not that exciting kind of enthusiasm that you really want to have. So that's okay, because we all get stuck. But it's just a question. What can you do about it? So when you think about it, businesses prototype products all the time. They put new products out there in the market. They test it quickly with as few resources and dollars as possible. They observe what works, what doesn't work, how they can make it better, so that people will, buy the product, they'll use it, and they'll love it, and they'll talk about them. So why not apply that same prototype principle or model to our lives? So if you're not living the life that you absolutely love, why not try prototyping new ideas, new experiences, test them out? What did you enjoy, not enjoy? What worked, what didn't work? What can you do to make your life better, happier, more fun, more meaningful, and have you living that life that you actually love? So perhaps you want to just simply upgrade your current lifestyle. Find new ways to spice it up a little bit. Find new experiences that you love doing, and they'll light you up. Or perhaps, and maybe this is due to a life event like a divorce or a death in a partner or something like that. Perhaps you want to try to completely shake it up and to reinvent your life. So maybe you want to move to another country. Maybe you want to start a new business that you've always wanted to start. Or maybe you just want to move to a different city, or from the city to the country. But maybe you're the one that wants to shake it up quite a bit. So there are some practical examples of things that of that kind of thinking. So if you want to just spruce up your life a little bit, think about it this way. If there's a hobby that you've always wanted to try, or a sport that you've wanted to try, why not try it? So let's take a hobby, for example, and let's just suppose that you said, I've always wanted to become a good dancer. So you try ballroom dancing, and you say, no, that's not for me. You try tap dancing, and you say, definitely not for me. And then you try salsa, and you say, wow, this is really fun. I'm excited about it. I get good exercise. And it's not just that, but it's a good fit because you are excited about it. You look forward to going to your classes, meeting up with the new friends that you're making. And this just opens doors to more and more opportunities. And let's suppose you're the one that wants to really mix it up and to reinvent your life. So maybe you want to move to a new country. Right now I have two friends, one living in the south of France and one living in Turkey, living the life that they chose. And they just a couple of years ago said, enough is enough. One was divorced, one was widowed, and their lives just completely changed, but they upended everything. They took a big risk, and now they're living in other countries and actually loving their lifestyle. So when you can now perhaps work remotely from anywhere in the world, whether it's, a beach in the south of France or the mountains in Switzerland, if you want to learn a new language, if you want to try that nomadic lifestyle for at least a little while, that's prototyping. That's testing a lifestyle that may or may not be a good fit for you. So these are just a couple of ways that you can experiment with new lifestyles. The opportunities are endless. And if you want to try prototyping, what are some small steps that you can take today to start designing that life that you love that will make you feel fully alive? So one method that I love using, and I probably use it every day of my life, is I call it the toe in the water approach. So it's testing something first without going all in. So the risk is nominal, but there's a little bit of risk. But the thing to do is to start questioning, what's missing in your life? Do you want more excitement? Do you want more fun? Do you want more friends? Do you want a community? Do you want a new lifestyle, like living at the beach or in a country village? So what is missing in your life? And what would make it fun and exciting? So you just then become curious. You open up yourself to completely new ideas. And even though those ideas might scare you a little bit, it does take courage to get out of your comfort zone. So for me right now, I'm considering moving from the city to a beautiful little village on the water. And I'm very tempted to do this. I'm scared because I've loved my city life, but that's an example of prototyping, and to test it, and because I'll be renting, the commitment isn't that big, and is that a lifestyle that I really want? And it's certainly something I'm curious about and will likely do. So when the other thing to consider when you're prototyping lifestyle is to be okay if you don't know, if you're going to like it or not. So for me, when I moved to the city, I didn't know I would love living in the city, but I wanted to try it. Now, if I move to this little village, it's very possible that it will be too small for me, but I'm really curious about it. So be okay not knowing. So what better time than now when you think about it, having just passed the 1-year mark of the worldwide pandemic, to realize how precious our life is, how short our lives are. And it's just really a question like, what will you do today to start getting out there, putting yourself out there, to start living that life every single day, fully the life that you love. And it can all be by design. So if you want to experiment to live the life that you love, I would recommend you get my book. It's called Downsize Your Life, Upgrade Your Lifestyle. I have several chapters in there about prototyping lifestyle, experimenting with what would make you happy, and then how to get there. So my book, Downsize Your Life, Upgrade Your Lifestyle, is on Amazon, and it will help you know that, yes, this is possible. The way that I started living the life that I dreamed of was to downsize and declutter, to move from a 5,000 square foot home to an 867 square foot apartment, to let go of those possessions that were holding on to me and weighing me down. Now I have all the time, money, and freedom that I was wanting for the longest time, and to have that simpler life with much less. So that was an example of prototyping lifestyle. It obviously worked very well. I'm excited about my life, and I want to share that with you. So please go to subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment below. I'd love to hear from you, get your feedback, and I will be talking to you about more things design, more things downsizing and decluttering. Have a great day.